This is one of the funniest images that I've ever seen, and people bring it to me all the time, along with their 1001 handy chords that they have on a chart on their wall. They will show me this guitar picture that shows every single fret marked every single way. This isn't really going to help you, as you can easily tell. It's like reading your entire dictionary and thinking you're going to learn the English language. The better way to learn your guitar is by repetition, by learning small areas, by learning patterns, and by building upon what you already know. The first thing we learned on day one was the names of your open strings. E, A, D, G, B, and E, Eddie, 8, Dynamite, Goodbye, Eddie. I often thought that mnemonics and acronyms were childish. When we were told in school to make them up, I thought that it was a tremendous waste of time and that the time could be put to better use by just rote memorization. I was very good at writing things out and memorizing them and then having them regurgitated for the tests. But it turns out that the things that you learned through those acronyms are the ones that stick throughout your lifetime. Also, your brain will actually create them for you all the time. Even without trying, all kinds of little tricks have shown up just when I memorize by rote, as my brain sorts the information. The next thing we did on guitar after we learned Eddie 8 Dynamite Goodbye Eddie is we started placing some of the notes. We learned F and G, C and D. We learned that this is alphabetical, B, C, D, E, F, G. The guitar works alphabetically, so where's the A? It has to come before the B. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. We put them in order and made sure you could recognize them. We also found out that our notes are a whole step apart except for E and F and B and C. Whole steps on guitar are 2 frets. Half steps are the 1 fret. Knowing that, we could fill in the rest of the guitar. From D, we needed 2 frets to E, 1 fret to F. From A, 2 frets to B, 1 fret to C. This E string is the same as the top E string. That's invaluable information that you want to log. So then we could play the entire alphabet on the guitar here. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. E, F, G on the bottom, E, F, G on top. After that, we went down 1 string at a time, filling in all the notes of different major scales using the pattern whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half, figuring out all the sharps that we had. I'm going to bypass that for the moment because another great idea is just to use your natural notes. Let's look at the key of C. C is on the 1st fret, D is on the 3rd of the 2nd string. You've known that for months or even years now. C, D, E. 5th fret is E at the dot. This is not something to be taken lightly. Actually memorize that that's the fact. When you're first learning items, they all seem random. That's why it's nice to have somebody experienced to tell you what you're looking for. What are the things that actually make sense and are meaningful? It's meaningful to us that E and F are close together. So we put F in this little space right after E. F is between the dots. Yes, that's actually important too. G, 2 frets away, A, 2 frets away. This double dot is the 12th fret. The 12th fret is the octave. Your string was a B, so at the 12th fret you have a B. All these 12th fret notes are the same as your strings. So you have Eddie 8 Dynamite Goodbye Eddie up there at the 12th fret. Look at those frets. Play each one, put your finger on them and say what they are. I stopped there to talk about the 12th fret right before I got to the C. So here then is your major scale. 1st fret C, 3rd fret D, 5th fret E, 6th fret right beside it the F. Then whole steps, 8th fret G, 10th fret A, 12th fret B, 13th fret C. Say the notes, look at them, memorize them, play them, say them while you're playing them. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Note in your mind where the whole steps and half steps are. We got a C, whole step, half to F. You can hear half to F, the F in there. G, A, B, C. So those are your natural notes on the B string. We can continue that scale on the 1st string. We can go C, D, E, F, G. That's how we've always played it. But we can continue then from A to B to C. There's your half step from the dot to the 8th fret space. D, E, and there's your F right beside E at the 13th fret. So let's play that. I'll go from this C, C, D, E, F, G, and continue on. C, D, open E, 1st fret F, 3rd fret G, A, B, and C are close together. That's the end of your scale, but we can continue D, E at the 12th fret because it's the same as the open string, and F at 13 right beside E. E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F. I'm just looking at natural notes. That doesn't sound like an E scale, which we learned long ago with its own whole steps and half steps. Right now we're mapping the guitar for natural notes. On the G string, G to A, B is 2 frets away from A, C is right beside B, just as it was here, and here, whole step to D, whole step to E. Right now we're in the key of C, so half step to F again. E and F, E and F, always together. There's your G. A is out at the 14. That's getting a little far away for us, so I probably don't worry about it too much right now. So here we can play this. I can go G to A to 4th fret B. Once I hit the C, I'll start hearing a C scale. C, D, E, Fs are always besides E's, and G at the 12. Now as I map this, you're starting to see these notes are getting cluttered, and I'm not trying to learn them all right now by looking at the guitar neck the way it is now. I'm going down each string, mapping out the notes and looking for similarities. I'm finding places where I can see patterns. Look at this, C, D, E, F, whole, whole, half. That's at the 1st fret. Here at the 5th fret, C, D, E, F, whole, whole, half. Imagine how much of your guitar you know just by finding those. So I've got C at the 5th fret, C at the 1st, C at the 8th, C, D, E, F. Same pattern again. Continuing on with this though, D to E to F, whole step to G, whole step to A, whole step to B, B's and C's are together. Look at that little square, B, C, E, and F. D is at the 12th fret because D is this 4th string, and we have an E out at the 14th. B and C together, B and C together, B and C together. B, C, E, F stacked up, just like they were here. So this little chunk here is a repetition of your open position. B, C, D, E, F, G. Looks exactly like we had when we first learned our guitar. So there's a little spot that you can actually recognize a pattern on too. Notice it's here as well. B, C, E, F. That means it must be B, C, D, E, F, G. This chunk an octave lower from that chunk. This is something that people don't pick up on right away. Look for these patterns everywhere. Let's continue on the A string then. This one's nice because it's alphabetical, but it's not the key of A. We don't have whole steps and half steps based on A. Right now we're doing natural notes, so our whole step pattern starts on C. So we have A, B, C, whole step to D, whole step to E. You're knowing this all the time now. E's and F's are close together. Whole step to G, there's our A. There's a B. I don't have room for the C out there, but that would be a nice one to see right now. Now, of course, we're starting to see all kinds of different sections lighting up for us. I'll just finish the E string here. B and C together again. Oops, look at that. B, C, D, B, C, E, F. So B, C, D, E, F, G. B, C, D, E, F, G. So there are several things you can look at here now. The first is just go down every string, playing the natural notes and naming them. My mistake always was to play the whole guitar. I do the 6th string, the 5th string, the 4th string. Try one string 10 times, saying the notes over and over again. Maybe drop into the middle of it. Start at the 5th fret of the 1st string. A, B, C, D, E, F. A, B, C, D, E, F. The other thing we would like to do is when we memorize this area, is one exercise I'll do with students is I'll just name the notes randomly and have them find them. I also will have them play everything they know on the 3rd fret, excluding the B flat. I actually want to skip that and I say just play the natural notes that you know. So starting on the 1st string, G, D, skip to the 4th string, F, C, G, coming back up, G, C, F, D, G. When you picture your guitar, you'll actually see all those notes that you know. Down the middle fret, B, E, and A. 1st fret notes that we know without sharps or flats. We have F, C, and F. These are all things that you should be working on, up and down. Make sure you know what that 3rd fret looks like. Once you know the 3rd fret, you know the 5th fret very easily. From G to A, C to D, F to G. A little bit of a mess here, B to C. We have to remember how our strings work and our tuning works, but it's not hard to remember and to find. D, E, G, A. The other thing you know about the 5th fret, it matches the opens. This A at the 5th fret of the 6th string tunes your A string. This D at the 5th fret of the 4th string tunes your D string. I smudged out my G, sorry. The 5th fret G tunes your 3rd string. The 5th fret C no, it does not tune your 2nd string. We always have a 2nd string issue. 4th fret of the G string tunes the B, and then E is back to the 5th fret. So then memorize your 5th fret. A, D, G, C, E, A. Come backwards. A, E, C, G, D, A. If you know the 5th fret, you know the 7th. A to B, D to E, G to A, C to D, E to F sharp, and then A to B. Notice I'm going quickly. This is not something you're going to learn as I speak at this moment. This is a resource. Stop this video, write these things down, draw this guitar in your book. Maybe draw 6 of them and label each string separately before they're all cluttered up like this and confusing. Draw a guitar where you label the 5th fret, where you label the 3rd fret, you label the 7th fret. 7th fret is very easy with a pattern you need to learn. B, A, D. We're going up in fourths, and that spells the word bead. That's going to present itself invaluably over time. So B, E, D. You know the top string has to be the same as the bottom, so all you have to do is memorize the F sharp in between. If you're learning that your guitar is tuned in fourths from string to string but thirds here, you might remember that this is a 3rd. That's a lot to ask of you right now though, so I would just be saying learn bead and then the F sharp in B. B, E, A, D, F sharp, B. The 5th fret, A, D, G, C, E, A. Don't only name them, but draw them out, memorize them. Also play them. A, D, G, C, E, A. 7th fret, B, E, A, D, F sharp, B. Look at your fingers when you're doing it. Look at the frets. You're actually trying to learn what the frets look like, where the notes are. When I look at my fretboard, I actually see this now. At least up to the 12th fret. There's not a fret I could point at and not just name it as though it were labeled. One more thing that I would like to do with this is find your octaves. Notice we saw that there's certain patterns that are showing up quite clearly. B, C, D, E, F, G. 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 Find out where those are. We have open. Couple strings lower, we have the 2nd fret. Down lower, we have the 7th fret. Then we have the 9th fret. So we can play those. B, C, D, E, F, G. 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 There's a B, C, D. This one shifts. 4th fret of the 3rd string, B, C, D, E, F, G. How come? 2nd string shift. You've learned that a million times. So we have B, C, D, E, F, G. Up an octave from this B is this 4th fret B. 2 strings, 2 frets higher. We want to do the same thing, but we have to shift. Then we also have open, B, C, D, E, F, G. At the 7th fret, B, C, D, E, F, G. 2 frets higher than this B and 2 frets over is a B, C, D, E, F, G. From this B, we can go 2 strings up and 2 frets over. Oops, I'm on the 2nd string, I gotta go another fret. B, C, D, E, F, G. This 12th fret one is like the open. B, C, D, E, F, G must therefore look like B, C, D, E, F, G. If I've learned B, C, D, E, F, G, all I'm missing at that moment is A. How do I find an A if I know a B? Well, it's 2 frets to the left. Everywhere I have a B, C, D, I have my A here, so I could go A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Everywhere I end on a G, so I've got B, C, D, E, F, G, I have an A next. So if you know where your G's are, you know where your A's are. If you know where your B's are, you know where your A's are. The other thing you know from this is where your sharps and flats are. They're of course in between all the notes. This I am not trying to emphasize or have you learn at this moment. I just want to show you, if you need to know where an F sharp is, you just put it 1 fret higher than F. That's also G flat. To the left of a note is flat, to the right is sharp. Here's G sharp, also known as A flat. We talked a little bit about playing a couple of songs as well. We could play something like Ode to Joy, but how about we just play hot cross buns as we did when we learned the guitar. It's very nice whenever you learn a new string or a new position to act like you're learning a new instrument. So we learned hot cross buns was EDC, EDC, CCCC, DDDD, EDC. I just played that here, EDC. How about from this E, 5th fret to 7th fret, D to C at the 5th fret. So from here, open E to D to C. Now I can go to this E. E, D, C, E, D, C, 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 D, 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 E, D, C. Or this E. E, D, C, E, D, C, 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 D, 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 E, D, C. Or this E. E, D, C, E, D, C. Here's another E, 9th fret, 3rd string. While I use that to learn the pattern and find them everywhere, the point would be first to get very good at one of them. Use this one, EDC, EDC. Get really good at finding these three. Play Mary Had a Little Lamb, EDC, D, E, 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 D, 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 E, E, E. Once you can do that, crack open your book and go back to Ode to Joy. E, E, F, G, G, F, E, D, C, C, D, E, E, D, D. Claire de la Lune, C. C, 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 D, E, D, C, E, D, D, C, D, 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 A, D, C, B, A, G. Sorry that I can't sing or match pitches, but you can get the point. We could play When the Saints Go Marching In, G, B, C, D, G, B, C, D, G, B, C, D. We had the Saints back here, open G, open B, 1st fret C, 3rd fret D. This G is also found at the 4th string, 5th fret. B is off to the side. G, B, C, D, B, G, B, A, D, B, C, D. So those are a couple little strategies for getting good at your notes. I'm going to fill them in really quickly here to show you the picture that I started with. F sharp is also G flat, G sharp is also A flat, A sharp is also B flat, C sharp is also D flat, D sharp is also E flat, A sharp is B flat, D sharp is E flat, G sharp is A flat, A sharp is B flat, C sharp is D flat, D sharp is E flat, A sharp is B flat, C sharp is D flat, G sharp is A flat, D sharp is E flat, C sharp is D flat, F sharp is G flat, A sharp is B flat. Even if that were totally legible, look how useless it is to you. That's not what you want to look at while you're trying to learn your guitar neck. Once again, don't bite off everything at once. Just try one idea at a time. Work on one string, back and forth. Work on one fret, up and down. Then start jumping around and finding your octaves. All of these strategies will take time. Don't rush them. Don't try to get everything done at once, but don't ignore it either. It's actually very easy to memorize things when we put our minds to it. Our brains are very malleable and they just eat up this kind of information. So go ahead and work on it. Let your brain eat this like candy. It gets better and better at resolving problems and finding patterns, and you want to give it those opportunities and the rewards of having done so.